Let me know when the sound and everything gets going.
Sorry, hold on.
That's
It's
okay.
mine? Oh, I think my phone is on and it's connected to my camera. So,
Oh, funny.
there we go. Is it working now? Maybe? Hold on.
There you
There we go.
are. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I've done that too. Um, Sometimes it takes it a minute too. Like if I go into a meeting on my phone and then I switch to my computer, it just takes it a second to fully transfer over everything, like
Yeah.
the audio and visual and everything. So
Mhm.
great to see you.
Good to see you
I like
too.
your necklace. Did you get that at the
Thank you.
beach?
My friend got it for me when she went to Brazil. It was really cool.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How neat. That was really sweet of them.
Thank you. Yeah, it was.
Aw, well, it's cute. I like it. I think
Yeah.
it's very like summery too. It's so hot lately too, it's like definitely summer. So I feel like the kind of like beachy fashion works really well,
Yeah.
even though we aren't necessarily at the beach.
Off the like the it makes every outfit look summery.
It does. I agree. It does do that. Yeah. But I feel like because it's white anyway, like it's something you could wear all year and it really wouldn't be, but you're right. It does. It like kind of just makes everything feel summery. But I feel like it's neutral enough that you could wear it all year long if you wanted. Alrighty. Well, how is your voice feeling today?
Okay. I did sing today because I practiced today, but then I screamed a lot. And so it's
Oh
warmed up, I think, but I was playing with my friend and we were playing Mario Kart and I screamed a lot.
no.
So
Ah,
might
okay.
be
So
a
you've
little
used
tired,
your
but it
voice
needs
quite a bit today.
to
Okay.
go.
Well, it's good that you got some practice in earlier in the
Yeah.
day. And then you hollered a bunch afterwards, right? You had a good practice session. I'm gonna plug in my
Yeah.
computer real quick because it looks like the battery is getting a little bit low. So let me just
Yeah.
grab that. I don't even know if this is a thing anymore, but back in the day, I had a laptop that I left plugged in too long and then it destroyed the
Uh-oh.
battery. And so
Oh
now I'm
no.
like paranoid that that's going to happen again, even though I'm like, I feel like technology is probably advanced beyond this, but I still unplug it when I'm like, oh, fully charged, unplug.
That
That's
makes
just
sense.
habit.
I used
So,
to have a really bad phone and the display broke and I had to
oh
restore it. And even though I have a
no.
really nice phone now, I still get
Yeah.
scared that's gonna break.
Oh, yeah. It's just like your brain remembers the thing and is like, let's not
Yeah.
let that happen. So, yeah, I just noticed I was like, I'll probably need to plug it in by the end. So I was like, I'll just do
Yeah.
it now. So a little bit of fatigue, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't sing now. Plus, when you have a little bit of a break between, even just those short breaks can be really helpful. So, what vocally have you been practicing the most and focusing on the most that you've been trying to
Um,
focus on improving?
well, last lesson I had been I wrote down like all the things that you said because
Yeah.
otherwise I would have forgotten and I was on vacation for one of the weeks.
Right.
But I did like I sang through it with my tongue out. I would usually practice for 20
Cool.
minutes when I
Great.
practiced. I would practice for 20. And then I didn't practice that much, but when I did, I would practice for that long. And then
Okay.
I would try the straight tone, but I would kind of let myself do vibrato, and I didn't worry as much about the young stuff yet
Uh,
because of what we talked about. I'm just trying to make it sound good in general, but I forgot
right.
to listen to some of the people that I can copy off of, but I did try to do diction and brightness and straight tone and tongue out practice. So
Great. Love it. Awesome. All right, cool. So yeah, I think you definitely can, referring to the like more mature sound, you definitely can do things that can make your sound be more mature. I just don't want you to feel like you have to push to sound just like someone who is, you know, an older person who has a fully grown instrument. Like
yeah.
one of my students I was talking to earlier today in her lesson, and she's like, I'm almost 40, and she's like, my voice has changed so much since like high school. And she's like, I'm getting together with some old, girlfriends that we try to get together like once a year from high school. And she's like, we always try to like sing a little together because we did that in high school. But she was like, man, my voice is so different now. And she was like, I don't really know how to approach that, and but the thing is, like, a female voice usually isn't fully grown until at least your mid to late 30s.
Oh,
And some
wow.
people, it's more like mid to late 40s that your voice is its full maturity. And that's like the peak, the pinnacle of your voice. So we tend to put this pressure on ourselves, like, I should be able to do everything right now. It's like, maybe not. Maybe my instrument, still has room to grow, and then I'll get to my peak and it will have fully flourished. It's like you're kind of like a rosebud right now, and you're beautiful and lovely, but you still have so much more room to grow and bloom. So it's you can do things to sound a little bit more mature, but I don't want you to push to the point that it's like you go there too, like you overdo it. Yeah, we never want to get to where we're pushing or
Yeah.
straining
Be
in
unhealthy.
those ways. Yeah, exactly. Like Miley Cyrus is
Hmm.
like, I feel like the perfect horror story of what can happen to your voice. I mean, she still sounds great, but essentially she, when her voice was still young and developing, forced her voice to do things that they shouldn't have been asking of her at
Huh.
that time, and like overusing it and pushing through it. And now essentially her vocal folds are kind of like thick and leathery, like kind of like an elderly person's voice. So she like super aged her voice too fast. And so then we'll never really know what her voice could have grown to be, because it, she permanently damaged her voice, and I mean, she still can sing. It just changed her voice in a way that's you can't change back. So we don't want that to be you. We want you to have the ability to grow in time and give
Mhm.
yourself that time to flourish and find your true, ideal voice. So awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and we are going to dive in. You've already sung a little bit, but I want to hear a little bit. And also, with having had that time where you were like, okay, I'm like, where you're like, okay, I know that I did use my voice a lot and it's a little fatigued now. I just want to do some just kind of gentle things, kind of easing in to our
Mhm.
singing, just so I can hear where it's at, and, maybe kind of re warm it up and get it in a good spot. So let's try on a hum first, and we're just going to do a little sigh on it. So hmm.
Hmm.
Exactly. So let's breathe in the nose and then just sigh through on a hum. And this is at your own pace here. Breathing in. Yeah, good. So just kind of getting those vibrations happening gently. And then let's do a. Yeah, good. So let's do now just a light ooh. Let's do a ooh, ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Good. Let's try and oh no.
Oh no.
And then an aha.
Aha.
Wonderful. Awesome. Alrighty. So then let's go ahead and try. Um, let's go through. Let's do like a blowfish. So you're gonna puff out your cheeks, and then you're gonna let air go through, and then we're gonna vibrate the vocal folds. Ooh. So really gentle. Um, so we're gonna try that, and we're gonna do just a slide. So we're gonna try going right there. All right, so breathing in. right, nice. Okay, so how'd that feel?
Good.
Excellent, good. All of that's feeling great. All right, give me a whoop.
Ooh.
Nice, good. And then woohoo! Wonderful. Good. All right, let's do a big slide.
Ooh.
Nice. Wonderful. All righty. So then, um, let's go ahead and we're going to try. Let's do. Okay, kind of thinking about the sounds we're going for. Let's do on E-A-I. So E-A-I-A-E. And let's add an S at the beginning. So C-A-I. And then keep the rest just flowing through. All right?
Mhm.
1, 2, ready, and C-A-I. 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 C-I. 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 Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and sigh down. Ah.
Ah.
Nice. Very good. All right. So then let's go ahead and try. We're going to do. Let's do on an arpeggio now, more bouncy and light. Before we do that, let's try a shh, 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 shh. Good. And then let's try a t, 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 t. And then can we try, let's do let's go zzz, zzz, zzz. Awesome. Good. All right. So then let's go ahead and we're going to go back and we're going to try this on the bouncy light ha ha ha's. Let's start here and we'll go ha 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 ha. So bouncy and light with these. 1, 2, here we go. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Let's go ahead and we're going to slide down now. Ah.
Ah.
Excellent. Good. All right. So then let's try. Let's try. We're going to do a little more belty feeling now. Let's do on, we're going to go nya, nya, nya. We're going to go a little bit lower. So let's start up higher and work our way down. So nya, 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 nya. More nasal and forward and bright right now. And it can be kind of ugly sounding, whiny. Breathing in. Nya, 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 nya. 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 Awesome. Great work on that. Okay, good. So then let's go ahead and try. Let's do. Okay, when you stick your tongue out, like you mentioned earlier, we're going to do on. I want to do the full octave. I played the fifth, but I want the full octave. So. I want us to have to go through some of those transitions, okay? Breathing in. All right, so I definitely really felt where my break is there. And so I'm going to try to smooth that out this time. So yours is somewhere in there too. Every female's break is somewhere in this octave. So just be aware of where yours is. Try to keep it really smooth and pay attention to the muscles adjusting shape. Breathing in. Let's try one more. Awesome. Good. All right. How did that feel?
Pretty good.
Excellent. Great. Okay. So then, I feel like let's go ahead and look at a song now. So which one do you want to start with?
We could do Heart of Stone, and then maybe could we look at some sort of Wizard of Oz song because that's what my school's doing. And
Oh, yes. Awesome. That sounds great. Okay, so let's start with Heart of Stone. Just show me where it's at. We'll start there.
good heart, but I know in pain, yes, a restless time. Unto you'd lift behind me. And I took your hand, promised I'd withstand any place you come out. Something inside, it's a bit different. I knew I'd always stay. You can tear me down, you can try my mind, you can do your best, but that's not the test you. My heart of say we're perfect, a perfect family. Close, close, want to speak. Without my son, your love would disappear. And no, it isn't fair, but I don't care, 'cause my love will still be here. You can put me down, you can tear me down, try but hard. You can do your best, but it's not heart of stone. Though I'll never see him grow, he'll never be alone. He's like a rock around strong and floating stars behind. Only by yours is my life. Sad and yeah. You can tear me down, you can try me.
Okay. So what were your favorite things about it, and what are the things that feel different this session to last session? Like things
Um,
that you've adjusted and changed since then.
I'm not really sure about the adjusting. I
Okay.
think like just brighter and figuring it out. It's kind of been a lot of things that I've different tried and just kind of going back to my old resort. I can't tell like if that's the right belt that I need or if I need to change it. But
Mm.
I liked the emotion and I think I did a kind of a good job with dynamics on some parts.
Okay. Sure. So so you want so what do we want more of? What do you feel like it sounds like you're kind of heading the right direction, but you still feel like there's room to grow. Like I still have, you know, things I want to be doing and moving towards and doing more of. So what are those things in particular? So
Mhm.
dynamics one. What
Yeah.
else?
Things I want to move towards maturing and belting, like a mature
Yeah.
belt, I should say.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Okay. Great. Awesome. All right. So last week we talked about a few of the ingredients, I would say, for the healthy belt, right? Which is first we get really strong with our mix, and then we can boost that and turn it into more of a belt. So first you get a nice balanced mix and you get very, very comfortable with that. Then we're going to add volume. We're also going to add a little more pressurization on the adduction, or the bringing together of the vocal folds. We pressurize the airflow a little bit more, so there's a little more resistance for the air getting through. So you are going to feel this side to side engagement working a little bit harder, because that muscle has to engage more, and there's going to be a little more resistance to that airflow. We also want it to be a little more straight tone as well, and that's going to help us get that more belty sound. All right, so we need one, we need your comfort with adjusting the shape of the vocal folds to be that comfort level to be very high. Um, we also need those muscles to listen to you, right? So we get to the pitch, right? So we're going to find that pitch, and then we're going to start maybe just like medium volume, crystal clear, good balanced mix. And then we're going to see if we can add volume to it. We're going to see if we can pressurize more here. So there's a little more resistance for the airflow to get through. And then we try to go a little bit more straight tone. So let's try. We're just going to hold a single note and play with developing that belt more. And the dynamics and the belt do go hand in hand a little bit. That
Yeah.
being said, if you try to push yourself too loud to a loud volume you're not ready for, or that your voice maybe doesn't go quite that loud, like I know someone who's an opera singer who's like a Wagnerian soprano, has sung at the Met, like huge voice. And she looks like about the same height as me, like she's a very cute, like well put together, like looks like she could be going to a tea party, blonde lady. And she stands next to you and sings, your entire body is going to be shaking, and you're going to be like, oh my goodness, that was so loud. I felt it reverberating in every inch of my being. Like, it's so loud. I will never be able to go that loud because my instrument is not the same instrument as hers. She has a different voice type. So, go to the loudness that you feel you can support and sustain. Yes,
Okay.
I can go louder than I used to when I was your age, but
Yeah.
I am never going to be probably never going to be able to do what she does. That being said, she can't do some of the things I can do, and that's okay too, right? So don't push yourself to sound like somebody else. Yeah, go to where it's like, this is a volume that feels sustainable for me. All right, so we are going to hold these notes. We're going to start a little bit softer. Let's start here first, just a little bit lower and then we'll go higher, higher, higher. And we're just going to hold on me. I want a little more straight tone. We're going to start softer, and as you hold it, we're going to crescendo and get louder. And you're going to think a little more pressurized vocal fold closure on that adduction movement. All right, here we go. Ready? And you're just going to go to where it's comfortable for you. All right, here we go. And you also might find on certain days, you're like, wow, it was amazing that day. And then this day, it's not as good. Like yesterday, I was like, my voice could do anything. And today, I was like, I probably got a little too excited about that and sang a little too much. And today, I'm like, my voice is a little tired. Oh, well. Right? So I'm going to be conscientious about paying attention to where my voice is happy today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same for you with having used your voice a lot earlier in the day. So breathing
Yep.
in. Oh, I added some vibrato. So if I want it to sound more belty, I got to keep it more straight tone, right? So you observe those things each time you do it, and you keep adjusting to get more towards what you want. Breathing in. Right? And now my voice is getting to where it's like, okay, like we need to probably lighten the pressure a little bit as I get a little bit higher. So I need to start adjusting. So pay attention to those kind of things too, that it's like, oh, we're kind of leaning towards over pressurizing. Play with like a lighter pressure, more pressure, just playing with it. Try that one again with me. Right? And also, though, this vowel starts to be harder as we get higher. So that's another component that you'll have to watch out for. We might start thinking more ma might be good. So let's back up a few and we're going to try on ma now, because as we go higher, switching to a ma is going to be more sustainable, easier for us to do. Breathing in. Yeah. Yeah, good. Awesome. So you feel how a different vowel can change what that feels like and what your sensations are. Really nice. Okay, so then let's try another. Yeah, and sometimes you might try with more vibrato to get louder and then try it again with more minimal vibrato, like more straight tone. So try this one more vibrato first. And getting louder. And then now try it with less vibrato, more minimal straight tone. Yeah, so you see how you can kind of play. So if you feel like one thing isn't really working for you, don't be disheartened by that. Just take time to experiment with it and play with it more so that you can discover new things. Yeah? Alrighty, beautiful. So I want to try, let's do Heart of Stone one more time. And I want you to try, now that we did that exercise, try going into those, more of those, explore those different feelings, and play a bit more. Like, give yourself permission to play with the sound, and let it be ugly at times. Let it be not exactly what you want it to be, but just take some time to play with it. Let's try it one more time.
My heart, but I know I can't guess. A restless tide untamable. Strong too, you'd lift me high. I took your hand, promise I would stand any place you go with me. 'Cause something started to let it fall. You can tear me down, you can try the line, I'm the moon. You can do the best, but I'll stand the test. You'll find that I'm unshakable. If years pass when the wind has blown and the wind is strong, you'll still find my heart of stone. You say we're perfect, a perfect family. We're all just close, we're all just without my son, your love could disappear. No, it isn't there, but I don't. My love will still be here. You can put me up, you can turn me down, try me hard. You can but I'm silent, tears, you find it years back. My heart of stone. So I'll never see him crawl. My son, he'll never be alone. It's like a river runs dry and painted scars behind. Only by yours is my love. It's sad and yeah, you fill me up, you take me down, you turn me around, you test, you're You're supposed to attack. When that is broken, you still find stone. Can't break me, can't break me.
Okay, so what were some of the spots that you noticed some things changing for you?
Well, I feel like when I just tried to kind of push, push, push and keep the bright noise, it really felt like more of a real belt when I was trying to keep it bright instead of like basically trying to go away from my head voice because a lot of times when I'm in the kind of belty voice, I'm like going back to my head voice every once in a while. And so this time I was like trying to avoid that, which I think helped.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was like playing with like artistry. At least at the end, I was playing with more rhythms and stuff, like making it my own.
Yeah. Awesome. Good. I love that. So a little bit more free. Um, okay, good. So then tell me, what would you say? Um, hmm. What would you say would be maybe the number one thing that you're still like, I really want to improve this?
Honestly, I feel like it's the same thing, like, because even though it was helpful, like, my voice was still getting used to it, so it was like, whoa, like, it cracked a little and stuff. So, just mastering that, because at the same time that it helped, like, it also is a new thing, and so I need to really get good at
Yeah.
mastering, like, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what are that totally makes sense. What are exercises and things you can do over the next couple weeks that are going to help you to do that? We want it to be consistent. We want it to be reliable, sustainable. What are exercises that you feel like could really help you with developing that?
Probably the tongue out exercise.
Yes, that's a great one. Yes.
Um, Probably practicing, like, shouting some of the lyrics. I've done that before.
Hmm. So So I would prefer that instead of thinking shouting, we reframe that to projecting. Um, because shouting kind of comes with like a, hey, like we can do that in a way that is going to strain here. Um, Instead, think about I am projecting this. I like to think whatever room I'm in, extend that wall 6 feet when I'm performing and project to that distance. I also, let's say I'm practicing in a small room, I like to imagine I'm in a big performance hall projecting to the third balcony up. So reframe that to I'm projecting, which I utilize my breath and whatnot to support that, as opposed to like shouting it, which can sometimes be a little too like we can do things that are not necessarily
Yeah.
sustainable. So yeah, just reframing that in your mind. Yeah.
Did when I was singing at the end, did that count as belting? Like, was that
I
belt?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and another key thing to think of, it's like you're getting it now. I just feel like you might not be where you trust it yet fully, or where it's like, oh, I know that I can do it every time I need it. You might be like, I don't fully trust this at this point. Like, I don't know that it's going to be there when I want it to be, that kind of a thing. Um, so yeah, I feel like you could you need to reinforce. But yes, I also want you to keep in mind that every single individual's belt is going to be their own. So, like, what is belting for one person might sound like this other person's, like, lighter, just kind of more easy singing, right? If this is a person with a smaller voice type and that's a person with a larger voice type. And what I mean by that is physically your vocal folds are larger or smaller, right? So a person with a smaller set of vocal folds, their belt might sound like that person with really large vocal folds who is singing at their like, medium regular volume, right? So keep that in mind too. Don't compare your belt to others. Play with it. Find what feels right to you. What you're like, I think that I'm doing the things that Vandy said, or I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing those things. And it feels like I'm supporting and sustaining and doing all, getting the more straight tone. I'm projecting more. I've got a little more pressurization in the vocal folds. I can feel the airflow is a little more pressurized. Things like that. If you're doing all of those things, you can go, this is what my belt sounds like, right? So yes, I think that was your belt. Your belt may grow in time, but don't try to push it beyond where it's ready to go. Also, as you get more comfortable with it, you may discover and be like, oh, I can get a little louder, right? So yeah, as your muscles get more strong and have the stamina for that, you may find that you're like, oh, I think I'm strong enough to project a little bit more now, right? So keep working on it and reinforcing it. Now I think that you're finding it. It's just reinforcing it again and again and again. So we really like that. I think the wah 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 is a good exercise too. Wah 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 wah. That's another good one to try with it. You can try things like the VVV or just a V to make sure that you're engaging that breath and supporting on every single note. You can do like the nya nya nyas. Nya 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 nya. Like especially if you feel like you're getting a little warmer tone, go back to those like nya nya nyas and it's going to help you feel those vibrations and have a more forward placement. So there are a lot of different things that you can try and be working with on it, okay? But yeah, we just got to keep doing it because we don't have it as a habit yet. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Having a plan helps. Great. So let's go ahead and try one of the ones from The Wizard of Oz. Do you have a particular one that you especially like that you go, oh, I love this song. I'd love to learn it? There are a lot of good songs in it. Or characters, like, are we thinking we want to go for Dorothy? Are we thinking we'd enjoy one of the other characters? Because I know sometimes I'm like, I think, being the Wicked Witch would be really fun. I think being like the Cowardly Lion could be really fun. Courage, like I think he'd be hilarious. He'd be great to be. And a lion can be anything, right? You could be a girl playing the lion. So yeah, sometimes I'm like, I feel like I might prefer to be this character, So yeah.
I think I want to go for Dorothy or Scarecrow Linda.
Great choices.
I really do not know any of the songs, but I just want to start.
That's okay.
Because I'm starting school on the 8th and auditions are not much like later after that. So
yeah, it's like, woo, that snuck up on us. Yeah. So I think that's a great goal. Yeah. So I feel like you can pick, so Dorothy, her stuff is going to be a little bit lower. Okay. So just keep that in mind. You'll want to like be accessing your chest voice more. I feel like Over the Rainbow is the one everybody defaults to thinking of, but there are so many good musical things in there. There's a really, really pretty one. I forget what it's called, but it's like a
Because I think I could do it because it's like the lower the note is, like the lower the note is, sometimes the easier it is for me to have my belty sound. So I think that's but I know
I forget what it's called. It's like when there are like multiple females and they have like these beautiful harmonies like overlapping and lacing together, and it's so pretty. But I feel like, even if you ended up getting something like a Munchkin, like there are so many Munchkins who have featured solos, or like there's so much in there. It's such a great show, and it really is a show that's like an ensemble show almost, where it's like every single character is so important. But yeah, Glinda's gonna be a little more like floaty and high feeling. So when you audition, are you planning to use something from the show?
They usually give us a couple excerpts depending on what we're listening for. So I'm probably going to sing earthy and
They're
make
really different, is the thing. So
yeah,
I think you could do either. It's just a little bit tricky to showcase both in the same because Glinda's going to be much more like head voice, floaty, and light up here. And then Dorothy's going to be more rich and low and warm sounding.
would be the same way. Is Scarecrow pretty low too? Like with
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit lower too. So if you have two that are in that like window of your range that you're going for, I would say yeah, do something in those windows. So Over the Rainbow is a little bit more of like a slow ballad. The Scarecrow song is a little more like fun up tempo. So yeah, I feel like if you want to show a little bit more of like the character and the acting, the Scarecrow might be fun. If you're like, I just really want to sing, a beautiful lyric ballad and show them my vocal ability to like sustain these long phrases and things, it really is up to you what you want to showcase in that moment. So let's try doing like a couple different excerpts from it. And two, like that way, if they pick something, they're like, oh gosh, I didn't practice Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, but that's what they're asking us to do. It's like at least you'll be familiar. So I would say watch the original Wizard of Oz so you can be getting those songs in your mind. And yeah, and at least just hearing them. But let's go ahead and try the Over the Rainbow. So the thing is, they might do Judy Garland's key, which is pretty low, or they might do a different key because a lot of the time they'll raise it. So it just kind of depends. But I always say, just in case, practice the Judy Garland one because it's a little bit low. So let's try just with her. Okay. It's not like crazy long. I'm going to send you a link. So this has the lyrics, but it's her singing it, her version. So I just put that in the chat for you. Yeah, so you can just try singing along with her a little bit. Keep in mind it's a little lower, so you might want to do like a finding that part of your range. Yeah. Yeah, good.
Way over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbows, skies are blue. The dreams that you did really do. Day I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind. Where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops, that's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly. Fly over the rain. Why, oh, why can't I?
All right. Nice. Okay, so how does that feel?
um it's slower than I thought. It feels good. It's just very slow.
Yes, it's a
Um,
slow ballad. That's right. I always kind of itch to speed up ballads a little bit too
yeah.
myself.
Do they have recordings of the Broadway version, or is it just the movie that they have a soundtrack for?
Oh, I'm sure we can find other recordings like that. So,
Yeah, it felt pretty good though. It wasn't too low or too high.
yeah, she really does milk it. Let me see.
Mm.
Mm. All right, so um, so try this one because it will be a little bit different. So it's a different artist from a
Thank you.
Broadway production here. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, so this one will probably feel really different.
Okay. Is it in a different key?
Some
Yes.
places there isn't any trouble. I wonder if there is such a place. There must be. It's not a place you can get to by a boat when all the it's far, far away, beyond the moon, beyond the rain. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around. Heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found. Leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly, birds fly over the rainbow, white and oh, white at night.
Yeah, so what do you think about this one?
I like this one.
Yeah, it's a little more comfortable. Yeah, so sometimes it's like, yeah, and the thing is, for Broadway performers, they do change keys. Like, that's a very common thing, but then a lot of the time people are very like, oh, you have to do it in this key, but that is not actually true. I mean, like, composers often compose roles for a specific person that they have in mind.
Yeah.
And so it's like they put it in the key that is comfortable for that person, right? So I personally am like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with changing keys. And if you were a Broadway performer, then yes, they'll absolutely change the key for you, you know? So a lot of the time. So, um, yeah, I just think it's kind of funny sometimes that people act like, oh, you can't change the key, because you definitely can. So yeah, it might be. Do you know? Are they gonna have you sing with a track, or are they gonna play piano with it?
I
Do
think a
you?
track. Usually do a track. That's what they did with Shrek last year.
Oh, okay. So, so if we look for like an instrumental track that you can sing with, because you won't want this person to be on there with you. Let's see. Let me check this key.
And I can let you know once I get the information, because that way they'll get tracks
There's a
and the
wind that I heard.
information.
Try this one. And see what you think of this key. Can we just kind of start it a little bit, sing just a little bit of it just to kind of try that key, see what you think?
Yeah, and then also I can let you know when I get all the information, because that'll come with music and tracks and all the information that I need to know and
Okay.
what I need for the different roles.
Yeah.
With
This
you.
one is just a half step higher than the one I had just sent through.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of different keys. So maybe I should just send you a few different keys for you to try with.
Okay,
There's like
thank
B,
you.
C, E flat, G, like a whole bunch.
Okay, should I go ahead and start with this one and
Yeah,
sing this?
I mean, I think yeah, because I've just found like a bunch of different keys. So we can kind of play with different ones and see what you think. Um, so yeah, try that first one and see what you think. But yeah, I sent like
Okay.
5 different keys through. So.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want to try them right now or do you want to try them on your own when you have
Um,
like a little more time to explore them?
Maybe I could try them on my own.
Okay, sure, yeah. Do you want to also maybe start this week, try singing the Scarecrow song as well?
Yes.
The I would while away the hours conferring with the flowers. Don't try to sound just like the original person, I would say. Like, let it be your voice, right? If I only had a brain. I don't have to sound just like the person, but try to act like you're a scarecrow and, like put personality into it and things like that. Yeah.
That works. That'll be
Yeah.
fun to play with.
I mean, because you are not a, like, fully grown man, so you're not going to sound like them anyway. So just make it your own and have fun with it. Alrighty. All right. Did you get those links so that you can get back to those later, downloaded or saved?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Great. Awesome. Perfect. Alrighty. So awesome work today. So keep practicing the belt a little bit, but I would say right now I'd maybe do just like 5 to 10 minutes of that like every other day, just so that we kind of keep it in your head. But I would say that the audition is probably more of the priority right now. So I would say prioritize practicing songs from Wizard of Oz, watching the movie, listening to the soundtrack, getting your head all around that, knowing the music, being familiar with it, singing through it. Yeah. Okay, so don't let the belt like fall away forever. We don't want to lose the work you've done. Keep it, up a little bit, practice it a little bit, just, 5-10 minutes every couple days. But really focus in on the audition. Yeah. Because I think you'd be sad if you didn't, really give it your best shot. So, yeah. Awesome. Well, great work.
Thank you. I have a question. So I'm kind of confused. When is our next lesson? Like, are we doing the every other Wednesday thing?
Yeah, let's see. And do you know when you're going to be starting school back too? Because that would matter too.
August 8th, which is a Friday.
Okay. So let me see. Let me check in the calendar if we had another on there. So I did have you down for oh, okay, so I see. I had you down for last week originally, and then you were like, oh, shoot, I can't do that. So then we met this week. So I had you down for next week on Wednesday at 4. Does that work? Or do you want to try maybe like the 6th? I mean, I feel like leading up to the auditions, we probably at least want to get 1 or 2 sessions in before the audition, I would guess.
Maybe I am busy all day the 6th, so maybe the 30th Wednesday.
Okay, yeah. So I'll keep you on the calendar where I had you anyway. Yeah, I had you at 4 on the 30th, or does it work better to do a little bit later? Like I could do
either way.
6:15.
Yeah.
You like 4?
Yes.
Cool.
4 would be great.
Alrighty, I'll keep you there then.
Okay, thank
I'll
you
plan
so
to see you then.
much.
And then when school starts back, we'll just figure out what works best. Alrighty?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, have a good one. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.